Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Sunday. I have had a few things to do today, in amongst those shopping for carpet for our extra room that we're building out on our deck and roller blinds and all that kind of stuff. So we've just returned back, and in between friends coming over for a ping pong tournament, I thought I'd come on my live and give you guys the next 6 book marketing strategies. And today's topic is get social with your book marketing efforts. All right, let me check on my phone, making sure that this is going through live and making sure my volume is down on it. And we're going to get started. Okay, so the number one thing out of the, we're up to number 37, strategy number 37. We've been doing this now for a few days, the total of 48 strategies. So today I'm going to give you guys 37 through to 42. And then tomorrow we're going to go 43 to 48. Okay, so mostly these 6 have to do around social media. Okay, so hey, Helene, nice to see you. I can see that you are on the live. Okay, so strategy number 37, it's not so much get social, but it has got to do with social media. And that is if you choose and decide to make your book an Amazon #1 bestseller. Okay, so many don't really know how this happens, but you will have seen people promoting their books for 99 cents for a limited period of time to increase where they rank on Amazon, so that if they do end up being a #1 Amazon bestseller, they can then put the gold stamp that they were an Amazon bestseller, which in turn elevates the credibility of the author, the profile, as well as of the book. People seem to perceive it as, gee, this book has reached #1 Amazon bestseller. They're more likely to make a decision of buying that in that particular category versus ones that are not, right? However, in saying that, it is a hack or a strategy that authors execute to increase their own profile credibility and the book's credibility. I'm not saying you should do it or not do it. I have got probably 50%, I would say, of my authors go for this particular strategy. We actually have got a service that we can help them out. It does require research and figuring out the correct categories, keywords, writing a keyword rich description, knowing how the Amazon algorithms work, and getting your timing right as well. And of course, using social media as the place to spread that message so you can get the most amount of downloads in a short period of time, so that you can hit that #1 bestseller, from which you'll take some screenshots so that you can prove that that's where your book was ranking. All right, so that's the #1 thing. And certainly social media is how you are able to promote it out to other places, and people get to as many people knowing, because by reducing the price point for a limited amount of time of just 24 hours, you are able to remove the price resistance, and therefore more people are likely to buy it. All right, so let's go into strategy number 38, and that is your book's Facebook or /business page. So I do highly recommend that you do create a Facebook fan page or a business page for your book, so that you can run ads through there. There's no other place you can run Facebook ads from, because that's one of the strategies I'm going to talk about today, bar a fan page, right? You cannot do it as a group. You cannot do it as a personal profile. You have to have a fan page, which is the place where you can generate ads. Obviously, this page is for the purpose of sharing ideas, more content, doing video live streams. I mean, just the information that you share through your book and your passion and your expertise can be demonstrated through this, and people can also go and look it up, and that's where you can add value, which will drive more book sales. Of course, there's a lot more that we need to say about Facebook fan pages, but certainly first thing and one thing that I just want to say, you need to have one for your book in order to be able to run ads down the track. But also, it's like your website on social media. It's your website on social media where when people can go and look up more information, and to see that you're credible and that you're around and that you're posting regularly, and that they can follow a particular page with information that's interesting to them. All right, number 39, again, we're going down the path of social media, and that is demystifying Facebook groups. Facebook groups are a little bit different to Facebook fan pages because you can build your own community. A Facebook group is like a two-way conversation versus like just a one-way conversation that a fan page would have. It's only the business that is posting, and people can obviously comment. Whereas a Facebook group is a community where different people can post, they can ask questions, and you can gather your readership through a community page like a Facebook page. But not only that, you can become a member of other people's groups where your ideal readers hang out and be valuable, be an expert in that group, share and reply to people and answer questions and all that kind of stuff, which in turn gets people, if you are top of mind and they're getting value from you, they're more likely to look you up and see what you've done, and perhaps that'll drive traffic more towards your book and the products and services that you have got available. Remember, social media is a slow burn in the organic sense. Okay, so it's nothing, no different to face-to-face networking. Face-to-face networking is also a slow burn. You need to show up, be seen, add value, be helpful, make sure you don't disappear, and people then grow to like, know and trust you. Well, social media and being present and consistent and adding value and being helpful is no different, right? It is a slow burn though in the organic sense, because it takes time to build up that awareness of you and your book and your profile, which leads me to well, there's there's three more strategies to share with you, but it leads me to that when you are consistent in the organic sense, it's a slow burn, but the fast burn side of it is one of my last strategies that I was going to talk about today, was to pay or not to pay for Facebook ads, right? That is the faster way to obviously get results, but it's also the more riskier way, right? More riskier way, like what are you going to run the ad to? If you're running ads purely just for book sales, you're probably going to end up in debt because it takes a certain amount of, as I said, like, know, and trust, and perhaps maybe running an ad to something that is free that'll get that email into your database might be a more valuable way to start a relationship and adding value versus going immediately for the sale towards the book. Okay, so what I've experienced and what we've tested over the years, we find that lead generation works a lot better, even though lead generation, you're giving something away for free and yet you're paying money for the ads, but then you're having that valuable email that you can continue to, what's calling me? I'm just going to turn that off. That you can answer, sorry, he's distracted me. You've got an email that you can nurture and send information to that ultimately is going to become one of your clients, rather than just trying to sell the book. And many people click, but they decide not to buy it. And then you end up like with a bill of $50 or $100, yet you've sold one $20 or $30 product. That is not a very good strategy. So what we have found works really, really well is offering something for free that's going to set a person into a sequence of steps where you build trust and value to get them to a point of then purchasing your book. Again, a lot can be said about this. I could go into a lot more detail around all of these different strategies, but we only have so much time that we can do it every day. As I said, go and buy the Shut Up and Sell Your First book. It's like that pink one behind me, but in green, on my website, writeabook.com.au, and I describe these strategies in a lot more detail that I haven't got today. So two more, because I've skipped to the Facebook ads one, but your personal profile is another one, and then your what to post on social media. So your personal profile is the most powerful way that you can engage people in the free sense, right? Because Facebook ads, you've got to pay for the right to be seen. But with your personal profile, your connections are able to see your posts more regularly. Not everybody, if they're not interacting with you, but I find whenever, you know, I post my lives or updates about my life or whatever it is, that's where I get the most comments, the most shares, the most you know, likes or whatever you want to call it, and engagement and questions, and people contact me and then talk to me in a private message about what I do and things like that. So your personal profile is the most powerful way where you're going to get your highest engagement for free and not for paid, which is Facebook ads. We do a combination of both. I'm a great believer that, you know, to be consistent and show up in front of people, you know, regularly is super valuable. But at the same time, of course, I want to leverage my time. And when you can get to that point of your business where you can reinvest and you know what your return on investment is, when you invest in ads, then you can safely feel like you can scale up from there, because you know for every dollar that you spend, how much you will be getting in return. Okay, so your personal profile is the where your biggest audience will reside in the free way to be able to get your message out there. And the final one is what to post on social media. Well, especially, well, it's different things. Of course, on your, I believe you can post this variety of posts everywhere, because usually you as an author, people actually want to also know not just about you, the expert, or about the story you've written, but people are also curious to know about who you are as a person and your life and what you do and what you like and what your, you know, some of your hobbies are and things like that. So I have always freely shared about my kids, about what I like doing in my spare time, the travel that I go on, and certainly, you know, my expertise through what I've been sharing actually for the last 22 days in a row, right? Which is a lot more to do with what we do. We likely, actually, aside from this month, I hadn't been posting on my personal profile a lot about my business. I tend to just share things about my life because we post about the business in our groups or your fan pages and things like that. But seeing as it's the 10-year anniversary, I thought I'd do the 31 days of unpacking a lot of what I've been doing and what I've been teaching people over the years and things like that. So make sure, however, on social media that you're not just posting the same type of post. Make sure that you create variety, whether you're doing a variety of videos, of images, of just word written posts, of quotes or memes and things like that. So I always say variety equals engagement, asking questions and things like that. So that's a really good thing to remember. Mix up your posts in terms of the theme of the posts, whether they're going to be a video, an audio, a video, a image post, a quote post, a meme, a question, you know, a content piece, whatever it is. Just mix it up and stick to a consistent schedule. I do recommend, you know, pre-writing and pre-preparing. So, for example, the things I've been talking to you about the last 6 or 7 days, I already had prepared exactly what I was going to do actually at the very end of September, what all of October I was going to talk about. So then I just go on live. I don't have to sit here and go, what am I going to talk about today? It's actually all here on my other computer, and I've got my points that I need to cover off, and then off I go. Enjoy the rest of my Sunday. So that's that, guys. That's all I have time for you today. Tomorrow we're going to go through the last 8 strategies of Shut Up and Sell Your First Book. And the 48 that I'm sharing with you are all the 48 that I have been doing and tapping in and out of over the years to promote my business and my books and to sell lots of books and get lots of clients through the business and really scale up, you know, to that multi-7-figure level. So I'm not sharing anything that I have not done. Is there more than the 48 strategies? Absolutely. I'm sure there are other authors out there who are already doing things that are so different from what I'm doing that also work. But this is what's worked for me, and that's what I feel it's authentic to share, is share the things that have worked and don't talk about the things that you've never tried, that you don't know, like, you know, if they would work for you. So have an amazing Sunday, and I will connect with you guys tomorrow, day 23. And if you haven't yet, register for our virtual 10-year celebration party. It is Wednesday, 25th of October at 11 a.m. Melbourne time. And I'm sure on one of my lives, if you scroll down my personal profile, you'll find a link to it to register, or in my events tab. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great Sunday. Bye.